Hey everybody, welcome to another off-the-shelf board game review. This week we're looking at Vikings Gone Wild by Every Day I Play. Now this is a preview copy, so not everything here is final components, but you're looking at pretty much what are the final components are going to be, except for I know that when the final game comes out, the pawns are actually going to be real little Vikings. These little tokens right here are going to be better quality, and things are going to be pretty much look a little bit better, but pretty much most of the artwork and everything you're going to see here is pretty much complete. Now, Vikings Gone Wild is a board game. It is a deck building game based on a property that's out for the iOS and for the Android system, which is one of those kind of games where it's kind of a cross between a tower defense game and a game where players are trying to attack each other's villages, get lots of victory points, and whoever wins the game is a grand winner. So it's got a very light theme, but this is a deck building game using that theme, keeping a light theme, but it has lots of deep strategy built into the game. So in this game, players are trying to get victory points, and there's multiple different ways to get victory points. Players get victory points by attacking each other's cities. Nice thing about this game is there's no true elimination though. Even though you're attacking other players' cities, you may be able to steal a couple of resources from them, but you're never going to cut people off from the access to their resources or to their cities, so there's no long-term damage. So while there is some really nice player interaction between the players, nobody's ever completely cut out. So you get victory points by attacking other cities, you get victory points by doing quests, you get victory points by sometimes coming out here and attacking the zombies or attacking the cities, you get victory points by building up your city all the way up to the final level, and other things are going to give you lots of victory points. But there's many different ways to get victory points, and the more victory points you get, the more special powers you're going to get. And again, the play of the game is going to go to you get a certain amount of victory points. Once those victory point totals have been reached, whether it's 30 for a 3 or 4 player game or 40 for a 2 player game, once that victory point total has been reached, the game is going to have a final round, and all the players are going to score a bunch of different extra victory points, which is going to be randomized every time you play the game. See, there's 10 of these cards in the game. Only 4 of them are going to be played every single time you play the game. And what players are going to be doing is they're going to get extra victory points based on who has managed to accomplish that goal. After all these extra victory points have been added up, you're going to figure out who is the grand winner. Vikings Gone Wild is played over rounds, and at the start of every single round, every player is going to get a hand of 5 cards. After the players get their starting hands of cards, if they have any buildings built, they can possibly produce resources, such as producing beer and producing gold, which are going to be used to help buy other resources in the game. And like most deck building games, players are going to have resource cards in their hands. They're going to have gold, which they can use to go out there and buy defenses when the other players attack their cities to stop them from getting those victory points from attacking their cities. Players can also use beer to purchase things such as units to attack the other players. Beer can be used to purchase other buildings, and beer can be used to produce and purchase some of these cards over here in Odin's River, which is a constant track which is going to be constantly using cards, losing cards, and gaining more cards out of this deck, making sure there's always a lot of variety to the game. Players are also going to get units that they use to attack, to go out there and attack the zombies, to get victory points and other resources, to attack the main zombie in the center of the board, which can be used for gaining resources, or they can even trade in resources at a diminished cost. But sometimes that can help you get resources, especially if you need gold and all you have is beer in your hand, to help you get the cards you need to try to win the game. As the players go on and get victory points, at certain points on the victory track, players are going to get divine favor cards. Now these divine favor cards are very powerful, and they can change up the flow of the game and give you extra abilities like extra resources, extra abilities to attack other players, and other things along those lines to make your team much more powerful. But again, the very cool thing about this game is while the game is going to come to an end, once you reach a certain victory point total, whether that's 30 for a 3 or 4 player game or 40 for a 2 player game, the game has not come to an end at that point, because players are going to finish that final round, play all the cards that they can to score any kind of victory points they can, and then again you're going to look at these bonus cards and add up the extra victory points you get from these bonus cards, which can make a player who was originally trailer come out in the trailing at the end of the game, come around and pull a victory out at the end of the game. Players have to be very careful though, because the amount of buildings you can have in your city is based on the size of your town hall. Now a level 1 town hall only allows you to have 5 buildings, which can make it very challenging to get the resources you need. A level 2 town hall lets you have 8 buildings, and finally a level 3 town hall lets you have as many buildings as you want. But the challenge you have to be very careful of is that the larger your town hall gets, the more of a target you become for the other players. Because if you have a large enough town hall and players attack you, they're going to get victory points and also more of these divine favor cards. Now remember what I said earlier, these divine favor cards are very powerful, giving you extra special abilities, allow you to score lots of victory points and start doing other things to either increase your town size, your town's power, or to attack other players and bring lots of ruin to the other players. But again, I want to emphasize there's no elimination in the game. Even if your cities get attacked, you don't really lose the buildings. All you do is lose possible potential resources and give up victory points to your other opponents. The basic flow of the game is players can be using cards to gain resources, gain units to attack, defensive tactics, buildings, accomplish quests, which will give them more quests, and their goal to try to get to the end of the game and get the most victory points based on these extra bonus cards. I hope you enjoyed this overview video for Vikings Gone Wild. If you want to learn how to play the game, you can check out my full tutorial video, or you can also watch some gameplay video and my full gameplay video, or if you want, you can just check out my full review for Vikings Gone Wild. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this video series. If you have any comments or questions, make sure you leave them in the YouTube comments down below. I'll be sure to answer them as to the best of my abilities. If you enjoy this video and you enjoy this video series, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.